This afternoon on the marketplace, government reiterates plans to consider removing some taxes on petroleum products as oil increases fuel prices at the pumps. Also in the bulletin, Ghana may return to the International Monetary Fund for financial support if its debt continues to rise. That's according to a survey by Bloomberg. We subject this to some analysis. Plus, customer service gone bad. A video of disgruntled patron of the Ghana Pavilion at the Dubai Trade Expo goes viral on social media.
There are three ladies inside. They are just chatting to themselves. They don't give you any information about Ghana. So if they are here for this purpose, it's better they stay home. There's no need for them to come here. They should bring in people who are ready to help visitors coming in to showcase Ghana.
We have more on that. Of course, this bulletin, is live on Joy News. Of course, we're going for a short commercial break. We'll be right back. Just stay with us.
Hello, my name is Nathaniel Atto. You can catch up with all the fun and inspiration on the Joy Sports link here on Joy 99.7 FM, together with all other shows over and over again. It's very simple. All you need to do is go to myjoyonline.com/podcast and relive all of those fun moments over and over again. Joy 99.7 FM, your radio for discerning listeners.
Joy 99.7.
Now, Ghana may have no option than to return to the International Monetary Fund for financial support if its debt continues to rise. The debt, which is presently a little above 335 billion cedis, continues to surge and create problems for the economy. According to a Bloomberg survey, the country may have to pay a higher premium if it returns to the international capital market next year to issue a Eurobond. Well, Ghana's credit risk premium soared to the highest since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic ahead of next month's budget. Well, we're joined via Zoom by the head of finance department at the Valley View University, Dr. William Pepa, for some analysis on this development. We're so grateful, Doctor, you could join us. This confirms your long-held position about reconsidering the fund, doesn't it?
Yes. Thank you very much, and good afternoon to your viewers. As you have been, always been making mention of the fact that we will have to seek help from IMF to be able to survive. My assertion is based on the budget and then also the actual figures as presented by the finance minister. Just recently, the finance minister has confirmed that our payroll is full. And to give more facts, we have gone above our payroll limits. In the budget, government said he's going to spend 25 billion. Now we are around 30 billion, which is about 20% higher than what we projected to spend. So looking at this, this particular issue on our wage bill, and then also noticing that our revenue generation from taxation has gone down in the last 9 months. This is the reason why I've stated that we will need to go to IMF for some liquidity support.
So then why are we avoiding the IMF, knowing that the state of our finances are bad? Could it be mere politics?
Politics is one, and IMF is coming with restrictions. The politics is what is really affecting the government to say or admitting that we will need the liquid injection from IMF. But I've always been arguing that we should do away with the politics and face the reality. Now the reality is that we don't have the liquidity to survive as a country. We will need support from IMF. In the liquidity injection, I think in your report this morning, you reported that central banks are going to slow down in going to the investment sector to give government funds to operate because the Christmas is coming. Their customers will be coming in for more funds from the banks, so it will slow down their investment. So government is going to lack some liquidity to operate. And this is the right time for government to go to IMF, go with a plan. First is on your labor wage bill, that you are going to control your wage bill, that the government going to control wage bill. and based on that, also slow down some capital expenditure, and then also recurrent expenditures. These are the areas that we have to look at.
Well, talking about restrictions, what about conditionalities? Should there be any? Must we expect, should we go back to the IMF?
This is expected, but as a country, we can go with our own plan and tell IMF that we are going to restrict ourselves when it comes to labor, employment. We are going to restrict ourselves when it comes to capital expenditure, and we are going to restrict ourselves when it comes to recurrent expenditures. So when your country presents that plan to IMF, IMF will look at
I'm afraid we're losing Dr. Pepra there. We shall try reconnecting the lines, but he's been helping us understand the repercussions should we go back to the International Monetary Fund, especially when Ghana's debt is increasingly, burgeoning. We're talking close to over 300 million cedis in the last quarter. Well, we take you to the ongoing trade expo in Dubai as we try reconnecting with Doc, where a viral video of some disgruntled patrons of the Ghana Pavilion is making the rounds. Well, the patron in the video criticized what they lamented to be poor customer service at the Ghana stands in the Trade Expo. This is an amateur video we have for you.
The expo, you can see the Ghana Pavilion round here, just here. When you go in there, there was no one to welcome you. There are 3 ladies inside. They are just chatting to themselves. They don't give you any information about Ghana. So if they are here for this purpose, it's better they stay home. There's no need for them to come here. They should bring in people who are ready to help visitors coming in to showcase Ghana. This is about showcasing your country, what your country can do, not for you to come and sit here idle and talk to yourselves. So the embassy in Dubai should just come here and see for themselves what these people they brought in here are doing. This is totally wrong. When you go to the other pavilions, they welcome you and tell you what you want to do in that country. They tell you the kind of investment you can do, the kind of tourism that you can go in for. But over here, there was nothing. So I think it is wrong for these people to be here. They need to sit up and do the right thing. Thank you.
Thank you. Please, thank you. You get to Ethiopia, you're giving.
Well, we have tried to get in touch with the Commissioner General of the Ghana Trade Delegation to the Dubai Expo, Carlos Ahenkra, but to no avail. But let's bring in President of the Customer Experience Professionals Ghana Association, Esther Dokua Ofosuhinem. Esther, we're so grateful that you could join us. Well, you watch our videos and you get to cringe, especially when we're so heavy on customer service here, but when it comes to exhibiting it out there, we're so poor at it.
Well, I wouldn't really put it like that. I think, to be fair, I know that the theme for this expo was to drive foreign direct investments. And so our goal was actually to position Ghana as West Africa's hub for fashion, music, and business. What I see is that not much seems to have been focused on the hospitality and tourism side of things. And that is why we can see the criticisms on these videos from the Ghanaians who visited the expo.
But there is no excuse for that, because customer service is what drives investment.
I agree 100%. And I think that from an experience perspective, delivering experience has a lot to do with meeting expectations. The people who visited the stands had an expectation they wanted to meet or to see. And they did not see that. And I also noticed other videos that they were comparing the Ghana booth to other countries like Ethiopia and how they were presenting or they were positioning the country, which is very true. If you compare what we were doing to what the other countries were doing, we have a lot to work on. And so I do agree with you on that part. We need to go back and re-strategize. I think the expo will end 31st March next year. And so we have to go back to strategize on what brand Ghana we are positioning as brand Ghana and also make sure that we have available all these things. I know for a fact that, an example, the Veronica buckets are being referred to globally as one of the best practices for anti-COVID. And so we can also use this area as our focus. Also, we need to engage the people there. How did we hire them? What was the hiring process? What were we looking out for? Were we looking out for people who are very customer-centric? What's the strategy? Did we share it with them? Were they aware of what they were supposed to do? Did we add any KPIs or targets for them? Something we are going to measure them by, because we know that something that is not measured is not done. So these are some of the areas we can quickly go back to and look at and re-strategize again. What is the brand positioning at this expo? Has it been achieved? If not, what can we quickly do to achieve that? Because we have a brand out there, and the experience delivers on the brand that we want to bring out there. So we have to quickly go back and take a look at that.
Finally, before I let you go, help us understand the repercussions when it comes to customer service gone bad and its dire consequence on investment flows.
So people will come and invest based on what the attraction is. And at this expo, we want to attract foreign direct investment. We want to position Ghana as a hub for something. What is it that we want to position? Once that is not seen clearly at the booth, then we have a problem. Once service is very bad and the experience that the customer is giving when they get there, which we call the brand experience, because currently we are looking at brand Ghana. So if the brand experience is not what customers who were perceiving it to be, then what is going to happen is the investment will not come. Because they come there and they are not enticed by what they see. Service is bad, attitude gone wrong, then definitely they will not invest. Would you have invested if you come to such a brand? Of course not. So we need to quickly go back and ensure that we rework our strategy, from customer engagement strategy, the whole brand experience strategy, and then go redeploy. I believe that would help us quickly pick up the pieces.
Esther Dokwa of Osohino, we're so grateful that you could join us with your inputs there. And of course, as I've been stated, we've tried the best we could to lay correspondence with the Ministry of Trade. They're yet to give us a response. If we get that, we shall share that with you. But you're still watching The Marketplace. We're going for a short commercial break, but still to come. Government says it is willing to consider removing some taxes on petroleum products, but this will be based on some conditions. We have more after this break.
Suggests that suspend 11% of the total revenue of the state. Are they then also suggesting that those critical expenditures that do...
Hello, my name is Evans Mensah, and you can relive all the fun and excitement on Top Story, Newsnight, and of course, Ghana Connect via podcast. All you need to do is to log on to my Joy Online/podcast. Search for your favorite show and relive the moment. Joy 99.7 FM, your radio for discerning listeners.
Joy 99.7.
And to our major story now, government says it is willing to consider removing some taxes on petroleum products, but this will be based on some conditions. This may come across as a sharp turnaround from the initial stance on scrapping these levies. The Deputy Minister of Energy, Andrew Japah-Mercer, says government is looking at other programs that will cushion consumers in these difficult times. He's been speaking on PM Express, the business edition with George Riafi.
So what was the value of your increasing taxes and levies from 28 pesos to the 169? And they will tell you that they had to use it for EFGHI expenditure. And then you ask them that, oh, so those EFGH expenditure have all gone away? They have failed to exist? And of course, they will have a difficulty in providing an answer. But I'm saying that, yes, it is a duty of government to manage through a balancing act of its total revenues and expenditures. It is the duty, responsibility, which we admit and accept, of government to provide relief. And You recall when the COVID hit, government provided relief, water, electricity, feeding to people who, because of the pandemic, were unable to make ends meet. You heard the kinds of things.
We understand that.
No, hold on. You recall the kinds of things that they said.
Yeah.
You recall?
Some of them, Honorable.
You don't recall all of them?
I recall some of them, not all of them.
Yeah. So that's the nature. And should that be the conversation? I'm prepared, and I believe that the finance ministry is prepared to look again at whether indeed the bust margin, and I've heard advocacy from civil society, BDC, the Chamber, and COPEC, make a case why they think that a certain margin.
So the discussion is going between the Ministry of Finance to look at the possibility of reviewing some levies.
Indeed, I mentioned to Senior Hosi, whom I was on a program with at Joy, that you are a member of the advisory board of the Ministry of Energy. Table these issues, and as far as I'm concerned, to the extent that they are constructive, why not?
So government will look on it as long as they won't have serious impacts on our
I'm saying
levels.
that there has to be a balance.
Now, the Deputy Minister of Energy, Andrew Ejapa there. Well, meanwhile, the Ghana Private Road Transport Union, GPRT, says it will go ahead and increase transport fares if government fails to remove some taxes on petroleum products. Well, of course, we shall keep an eye on that to give you details, especially when this rollout is expected to happen somewhere next week. But away from that, President of the Ghana-Canada Chamber of Commerce, Alexander Norte, says the association is poised to promote Ghanaian companies in Canada and vice versa. According to him, his outfit is considering embarking on corporate social responsibilities in the country. He made these sessions at the event dubbed CEOs Connect. We have more.
The Canada-Ghana Chamber of Commerce is bent on taking full advantage of existing opportunities and create new ones for its members. The association aim is to promote the interests of its members by providing advocacy and business information, networking opportunities, as well as services to encourage and develop a close relationship and bilateral trade between Canada and Ghana. Here is the president of the association, Alexander Norte.
This program is all about business. It's all about business networking between local companies and Canadian companies. The chamber has a lot of multinational companies, but the thing is to promote trade. Promote trade between Canada and Ghana. We're trying to promote Ghanaian companies to do business in Canada and vice versa. The relationship is very good. As the chamber, we have the Canada High Commission, who also are members of the chamber, and we have the Canadian Trade Attaché, who's here with us today. So basically, we liaise with them on a regular basis. They're part of us, and we interact on a regular basis, yeah.
The association seeks to be proactive and promote businesses for the development of bilateral trade for both countries. James Eshon's report for Joy Business.
Now, startups can only emerge after you have learned how to be an entrepreneur. That's according to the Chief Executive of Accent and Arts, Constance Swaneker. She is calling for the institution of coaching and mentorship hubs for young people to prepare them for entrepreneurship. She believes that with the right training, startups can thrive in the private sector post-COVID-19.
The Stanford Seed Business Conference is targeted towards helping businesses that are growing to scale up their activities. The conference was in order to identify challenges these businesses are facing post-COVID and to help them achieve stability going forward. Here is President of the Stanford Seed Transformation Network Ghana, Linda Ya Ampa.
2020 brought a lot of challenges with it, but at the same time it created a lot of opportunities, and we are grateful to God that we are all here to continue to pursue initiatives and activities that would contribute to developing Ghana's economy. Additionally, the African Continental Free Trade represents an important milestone in achieving an economically integrated Africa, which provides opportunities for businesses. It is also important to note that the UN has declared 2021 the International Year of Creative Economy for Sustainable Development to promote sustained and inclusive economic growth, foster innovation, and provide opportunities, benefits, and empowerment for all.
United States Ambassador to Ghana, Stephanie Sullivan, in her remarks, stated that Ghanaians should leverage the opportunities presented by the Stanford Seed Transformation Network to be able to meet global standards.
Innovation can mean combining pre-existing ideas and technologies in novel ways. As we plan our own personal and business transformations, it's also important to look at the big picture, the business environment in Ghana and globally. That is why I'd like to mention President Biden's recent announcement of the Build Back Better World program.
Chief Executive Officer of Accent and Arts, Constance Swanica, speaking to Joy Business, called for the institution of coaching and mentorship hubs for young people to prepare them for entrepreneurship.
As a young startup, what you're actually looking for is mentorship, coaching, capacity building. And so let's look at those sort of tools that would enable a young person, take the first step. So I would definitely encourage that we have more hubs that are incubating startup businesses, and to begin to grow that and to grow the incubation ecosystem. Startups can only emerge after you have learned what it takes to be an entrepreneur. Not everybody is meant to be an entrepreneur, but if we're going to create an environment that allows them to start and fail and learn from it, and I think this is what we are all saying. We've all gone through the pain of entrepreneurship. And so young people should also realize that, this sense of entitlement, and expect that we all started off and we all had access to seed capital. In fact, in our generation, or at our time, there was nothing like startup capital. They are lucky that they have incentives from both the public sector right now. The government, I understand, is doing quite well to push initiatives too, but you have to earn it. If you haven't gone through the pain of what it takes to be an entrepreneur, you don't have the capacity building. What would you do if we gave you startup capital?
Away from that, the Ghana Federation of Forest and Farm Produce Association has trained members on the adoption of the Ghana positioning system to profile trees planted as part of the Green Ghana initiative. The tree planting exercise aims to mitigate climate change, which has negative effects on livelihoods. The project coordinator for the project, Benjamin Safo, explains the skill received will also be used by farmers to accurately measure their farm size to ensure profitability. Nana Aljima was at the training for leaders of the farmer groups in the association and has filed this report.
To restore depleted forests in the country, various efforts have been made by Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources to plant trees. Efforts to plant 5 million trees in one day, dubbed Green Ghana Day in June this year, has been described as the biggest intervention. To aid the forest landscape restoration, members of GAFAP are mandated to plant trees, especially on their farms. Project coordinator Benjamin Safo speaks about their targets.
There is this forest and farm facility project with the Food and Agriculture Organization, the FAO sponsored, that we are embarking on. But key among it is the outcome, one way is issues on climate change. And we all know the issues of climate variability recently in our nation. So we want to capitalize on that. And one effective tool is the tree planting exercise. And we are happy it falls in line with a government initiative through the Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology. So we want to just capitalize on that. Also see how best our farmers will be able to integrate trees in their farm.
In tracking the planted trees, members are being trained to use GPS.
Well, that'll be it for the marketplace. I'm Charles Aite. For more news, log on to myjoyonline.com, where you could get all the updates you would need to make your investment decision. Many thanks for joining us this week. Let's do the same next week. Enjoy the rest of our programs.